The only thing you could do as a kind of glass cannon is to go for a bow build. The fuck? Life gained for each enemy hit by your attacks. Mana gained on kill. Increased cold damage, increased fire damage, increased lightning damage. But yeah, percentage increase. At some point they have a ceiling and diminishing returns compared to other options. Of course, the resistance to the elements, regeneration rate for life and mana, and of course rarity. So the talisman is like the rings, but has like added crit and stuff. Other than that, it's the same. So we had amulets, we had belts, we got rings. The energy shield pre and suffixes have, yeah, of course, energy shield and stuff. Increase to maximum. Then there is okay, number 2 level of socketed cold, fire, light and whatnot gems, but there are only 3 links, so that's not that important. Increased spell damage in general. Alright, so but how do you get higher bases? Suffixes to intelligence. Life regenerated per second, cold. Okay, the suffixes for the energy shield are resistances, intelligence, life regeneration, attribute requirement reduced, block improvement, crit strike for spells. Oh, there we go. The first thing that is actually tailored to spells. Increased critical strike chance for spells, increased cast speed. Okay, except for cast speed maybe, but still. Mana gained when you block. Okay, but that could be useful for both. Chance to block spells. Alright, but that's just general thing. Is something for spells, but against spells, not to use spells. And of course increased mana regeneration rate, which is useless at some point. So the first really offensive thing is a energy shield, increased crit strike chance for spells. Nice. Because the socketed level for cold gems is useless if there's only a free link. You use the free link to put like trigger stuff and whatever in there. You want to have a strong line of gems. So yeah, that was a shield. Boots, energy. Let's see. Boots have energy shield, mana. So yeah, energy shield increase maximum and mana. There's a maximum life, of course. Then there's increased movement speed and rarity. So there's actually not that much for other builds other than casters. So you have like life and movement speed. Okay, that's fairly general. There's just one little problem. In order to improve your energy shield, you need higher maximum and a higher increase energy shield. 2 stats. Whereas the life-oriented build just has, yeah, life and movement speed. And could take like another one of those. Very, very interesting. But, very interesting. But yeah, and to be honest, this was for energy shield boots, so yeah, anyone else would go for like armor boots also, and then they would go for like maximum life and armor. And the energy shield, for people who have like a life and energy pool together, that would be beneficial. So anyway, what else we got? Suffixes are intelligence, the resistances, life regeneration, attribute requirement, stun, block threshold and stuff. Alright, not really needed. Gloves, energy shield. We have really adds number to physical damage to attacks. Again, physical damage. You could really go for a base improvement for physical damage. Then like, no, come on. I need base damage somewhere else. Okay. So number to maximum mana. Okay, increased energy shield, maximum energy shield, life, rarity, and of course the leech. Come on. So what up next? Suffixes are It's kind of like this. Yeah, it's kind of the same thing as with the rings and amulets again. Some stats, except for strength. Resistances, gain on kill or life gained when attack. Increased rarity and stuff. Okay, we get the gloves. Next one will be the energy shield helmets. Alright, so number 2 level of socketed minion gems. Minion gems. Wait, gloves? Wait a second. There's nothing about gems on the gloves, and also nothing about gems in the boots there. Okay, so the first cast-oriented one might just be the helmet, but only for minions. Then you have reflect physical damage to melee attackers. Increased priority of items found. Some resistances, of course. Life regeneration. The suffixes are a bit iffy on the helmet, really. Only resistance. And maybe rarity if you want that. Then... body armor evasion rating. Okay, energy shield. Increase maximum bonus mana. To maximum life. Reflect melee attackers. Okay, so the body armor is just tailored for defensive purposes. Interesting. Then also as a suffix gives intelligence. Alright. What else we got? Let's go for the armor oriented one. Okay, it's the same thing. Instead of energy shield, there's just everything with armor. But still, body armor is supposed to be defensive. No offensive stat at all. Except for reflection. So, next one is two-handed. Okay, that could be anything. Two-handed stuff. Two-handed stuff could have what? Adds number to number cold damage, fire damage, lightning damage, chaos damage, on top of that, there's a separate one which gives you bonus to spells. Also the elements. So you have like a general cold and spell cold. And nothing about attacks except for an increase in elemental damage. But okay, let's just ignore this one. Increased fire damage. Okay, so you could have like an increase. Yeah, and then there's an increased spell damage. You can't have that many prefixes to use all of those. Anyway, and then there's these suffixes. So you can actually mix and match. But the suffix of increased fire damage is not as strong as the prefix is. It just fills it up a little bit. What else do we have in there? Like, so increase cold, fire, and lightning damage is not as good on a suffix as it is on the prefix. And then what else would you put on a suffix stuff? Cast speed. Is that cast speed on the prefix somewhere? No, that's not. Okay, but 38% is pretty fast. So you could put cast speed on it. Maybe something for the ailments, but not everybody's going for the ailments. Then crit strike chance for spells. Oh, okay, but sometimes people are also not going for those. Is there a flat option? Critical strike multiplier, increased crit strike chance, intelligence, and that's pretty much it. Yep, that's pretty much it. If you don't go for a not as good increased elemental version, you could only go for cast speed and crit. Huh. Maybe some bonus to intelligence, but what does that actually do for you? Nothing. And then again, life gained for each enemy hit by your attacks. Oh, it's not even used for spells. It's again for the melee. You see that? You have to puke. Alright, next up is adds number to cold damage. Wait, yeah, we got the prefixes already. Anyway, at the prefix physical attack damage leached as life, as if you would use your stuff to leech life on a caster. Stupid. Alright, next is the other comparison in an axe. Let's go for a two-handed axe. We got on the prefix adds number physical damage, increased physical damage. So then there's a number, there's an increase, okay. And then, there's also adds number of elemental damage on it. Nice! And on top of that, there's also physical damage leeches, whatnot. In increased number of socketed gems, level of socketed melee gems, and socketed gems in general. Very interesting. Melee gems can even have slightly higher ones with weapon master's bonus. Can be improved by level, like 2 levels. Interesting. The suffixes, on the other hand, okay, you got bleed, damage with bleed, resistances, crit strike, life gain on kill and on attacks, increased attack speed, some strength. Alright. Interesting. Yeah, let's again go back to the stuff real quick. Number of level to socketed cold gems. Okay. They kind of sound like unique items, like Thunderlords for lightning gems bonus 1 level. Okay, so you get your number of you get your number of cold damage, your number of cold damage to spells, and your bonus to level. And this is the way you could improve your base damage. But compared to the axe build, the axe could go for number of bonus physical damage and increased physical damage. Maybe even some adds a base amount of elemental damage on that too. Or no. Let's go for level of socketed gems. That is fairly general, or like melee ones even. So you could go for like increased physical, adds to physical, and melee sockets as a prefix. This is kind of like the same thing. On top of that, you have your rings, so there's a higher synergy. Yeah, it's just a higher synergy. What the fuck? What about maces? Maces are the same as axes, two-handeds. You got your bows maybe too. What do bows do? Oh, bows are also the same. Swords, also the same. So, what about one-handed? One-handed axes, the same as the two-handed ones. Wands, like W-A-N-D, have cold damage, increased spell damage, but now you need flat stuff. So you have your cold damage flats, your okay, elemental flats for spells, and socketed cold gems, or like socketed gems in general. Very interesting. So you could go physical with it. And then there's also like increased fire damage if you can have other bases on that. What about the suffixes again? Same thing, but not as strong as... So what about scepters? Same thing. So yeah, the weapons are fairly same-ish in the way they work. Okay, wait a second. We take the axe, we go for the physical damage. Maximum is 49. Adds number 49. Increased physical damage 179. Adds cold damage is 87. Okay. What about the wand? 49, the same thing. Adds number to cold damage 87. Adds number to cold damage spells 69. Interesting. So the most specific one, the cold damage to spells, actually has the lowest values. It should be the other way around. Because the cold damage has the high number with 87. The physical damage, okay, is fairly low. Maybe this is the reason why there's so much physical stuff there, because the physical builds tend to have lower numbers. Interesting. Fairly interesting. Rings. Interesting. Okay, if you would go for a flat cold damage to attacks on the rings, your maximum would be 40. compared to a maximum of 15 on a physical damage to attack ring. Interesting. So the elemental added damage on attacks gives you more than the physical added damage. Good to know. Alright, and this is also, might even be true for axes, right? Yeah, even that is true. That means if you find a weapon that deals elemental damage, or like has so much to elemental damage, its numbers will be better compared to physical weapons. Or maybe the reason for this is because physical weapons have a base number and elemental weapons need to increase from 0. Okay. But still, that means if you... that would just mean if you go from a physical to a, like, just for example, cold oriented build, you have a generally higher damage value with, let's say, curses, so you can reduce the enemy resistance, so cold gets more useful. Interesting. What about the stuff though? The stuff has 68 and general cold damage 131. Cold damage to spells 104. Why is the most specific one not the best? Oh, there we go. Percentage increased physical damage 179. Percentage increased spell damage 150. Fairly interesting. But yeah, what was it I wanted to actually look for? Damn it, totally forgot about that. And this is supposed to be that skill, and this is supposed to be that skill. And yeah, why are these two? Why did those two switch? They shouldn't have. Strange. Fuck, what happened? That's not my build. So, okay, everything in my inventory is clean. Everything here is still there, kind of. So, that was iffy. It can't happen if I just switch those weapons around, so maybe I was on the queue bottom there. Nope. Okay. Accidentally clicking on it doesn't do much. Fairly iffy. Now, how do I improve the base damage of spells other than with a bonus? Bonus to socketed gems. Because what I would need then is a wand with, yeah, a wand with added fire damage and added fire damage to spells. That's what I need. Not just any wand though. Come on. What kind of wands are there? W, A, N, and D's. And up we go. And W, A, and D's. There's an item class. Me. Damage per second. Stats. Okay, the highest one is the goat's horn with the 10 to 14 in innate spell damage improvement. Interesting. No, it's not the highest one. Damn it. There's also bonus cast speed. Okay. Okay. So either go for cast speed or increased spell damage. Whoa. Okay. The highest one is a prophecy one. Actually, I think I should sort them by level. Might be the better solution. So, because like the best stuff is always in the highest levels. Then the opal one is pretty decent. Has a very high increased spell damage with 42. It's not even the highest level requirement, but it's pretty sweet. The minimum is good. The maximum is good. That's nice. This will be placed in the filter, so I can find good ones and improve some damage on them. Because 10% increased cast speed could be made a little better. Increased physical damage is not needed. And I just need increased flat damage to make the skills work better. Because volumetric kind of damage thingy. Actually, it's a 4-dimensional damage matrix. You start with your... Actually, I could open paint for this real quick. So, so let's just do a quick thingy there. Window capture. Window capture? Or is it like... Yeah, it's a window capture. 2 of paint. So... wait a second, let's place this down over there. Alright, so the base idea is you have your flat damage, this is this line, and then like it just goes from 0 to whatever point there is in here. Then you have your increase percentage line, which goes up there, which means like all of this would be your damage increased by a certain threshold. Then you have your more line, which is actually, wait a second, let's take this away. And your more line goes in a 90-degree angle over there. So you go, the first one is 1-dimensional, the second one is 2-dimensional with, this is a plane actually. And the third one, the more thingy, makes a, because it's multiplied to that plane, will be, come on, will be kind of like a cube. So come on, this is up there. This is actually not how you would, it's also not really a cube, but for the sake of simplicity, let's just, and this one goes up there, goes up there, this one goes down there, this one goes down there, this one goes up there, this one goes up there. Okay, one gets the idea. It's kind of like a messed up cube. So, and the thing in there is your damage. Alright, you want to improve that. That means you need to improve the volume. In order to improve the volume, you need to, yeah, kind of like put as much in there as you can, but you also need to kind of like shrink the lines a little bit. Which means you need to put as much in there, but you need to lower your surface area, because the surface area is affected by the lines as well. Which means you need to grow this in a yeah, simple fashion. So that means just a basic cube, kind of like this. Shite again. Messed up drawing. And this one goes actually kind of like over there. So a basic cube like this is better than something like wait a second, something like this. And this one goes down there, and this one goes down there. Good. Wait a second. So it's better than this, because maybe there's the same volume in here as it is in here, but you need to get far more numbers in order to put this on there. And because the game won't give you these numbers, you need to, yeah, get something easier. And this is why you should always go for this option over here, the perfect kind of cube. But I said that there is 4-dimensional. This is 3-dimensional. Why is it 4-dimensional? Because the crit comes into account. This is just basic damage without crits. This is like added damage, increased damage, more damage, makes the volume. And then there's the crit, and the crit also adds a little bit of a cube on top of that. So it's like a hypercube. This one goes up there, goes up there, goes down there, there, and actually, wait a second. Okay, go like that, and of course we need actually no, wait a second. Come on. Fuck it. So wait a second. There's a way to move this without the background also being moved. So where do I do this? Data, options, some stuff, settings. No, bloody hell. Transparent. There we go. So this is this. So this is just the cube. Okay, let's just finish the cube real quick. So and this one will be placed up there. This one will be placed up there. This one will be placed. There's probably also a cube in here that I just need to take out and like. No, that's not. So that's the cube. Let's just take shite. Damn it. Let's take this one away. Alright. And this one moves to the side a little bit. And this is where there's a so much dimensional. Like this is no crit. A little bit of crit. And an awful lot of crit. And the whole thing in between would be your damage. So like this is 100% of damage, base damage, and this is like 100% extra. Then you have like another 100% extra and so on. And because of the chance, it moves a little bit. So anyway, so much so for this. That was an explanation for how damage is done in multiple dimensions. So, and how to min-max in this game. The problem is you need to kind of like even out your increase, your added, and your more damage in order to maximize what you can do with a certain skill. This is why you go for like high effectiveness of added damage, because then your added damage gets more powerful. But on top of that, you have some skills like Flame Blast that have innate more damage, which means, okay, you have an awful lot of more damage, but you need to have some drawbacks on the added, so kind of like everything. So then also there's also attack speed. Oh god, it goes into that, or like cast speed. It's like, oh, even more than that. Shit. Did not even get into the attack speed yet. So, dailies. Let's do dailies. Come on, why not? So, oh no. The last thought was actually to get some good bases for the list for the ones. Alright, good ones. The Opal one has a high amount of increased spell damage, 42. It's almost the 60 that I have on the unique one. Like, it's so strange. That one. Then there's of course the Tornado one, which has lower base amounts, but not that great. And the one that slightly worse still, it's the Prophecy wand. Followed by a 14% increased cast speed on the Profane one. Is that the only one with a 14%? Yeah, looks like it. Okay. Good. So yeah, Profane one. Copy. Right click, highlight. So, specific item bases, and also show, come on, profane wand, base type, and then it's, copy all of those, yes. Alright, save. So we got the profane one, which is the cast speed one. Then we got our opal one, which is a 42 maximum spell damage increase on it. That's pretty sweet. We only go for the highest one, so there's no reason why we should take anything that has less damage. So yeah. Those the ones, but then there are other thingies, like, actually no, there's only ones that I could take, right? There's not that many other items. So, yeah, two-handed swords, whatever. Wands, maybe scepters. Come on. Okay, scepters also give you bonus elemental damage. One-handed mace base type, come on. So, one-handed mace is, let's see. Increased attack speed, stun threshold. Some attack speed. Then there's scepters, also one-handed mace. Increased elemental damage 10. Wait, also not assaulted directly. Damage penetrates 6% elemental resistance. That is pretty good. Void scepter, 40% increased elemental damage. It doesn't go from like a low to a high value. It's just bam, 40%. That is actually as good kind of as an opal one. It's like right in between. Between like 38 and 42. Very nice. Void scepter, very good thingy. But this is the other one was base, right? Might have been. So one-handed weapons. Come on, scepters. Wands. The one was spell damage in general, but yeah, it was spell damage. So if it's a spell, it will be improved. Interesting. The other one is just elemental damage, so it can also be used for attack skills. Nice. One-handed mace, also a scepter thingy. What about swords? Claws and daggers, by the way. Chance to dodge attacks, accuracy. Either 400 to accuracy or 40% to accuracy. Like, that is pretty sweet. Some swords do have that stuff on them. Then, what about the claws? Life gain for Yeah, life gain for each enemy hit by attacks for the claws. Physical, I can understand that. Of course, there are claws, you have to get close to them to actually use them. They are not meant to be any magical, anyway, magic. So, that's good. What about the daggers? So, you get your chance to block, increased global crit strike. That's what you need. Okay. Oh, there was something in between. Again, chance to block. Some uniques. Yeah, the scepters again. The nice thing is the 6% elemental resistance penetration. That's really cool. So, what kind of uniques are there? The list is not finished. Then maces. Yeah, wait a second. I was already at that page, wasn't I? Two-handed maces. Oh. Have increased area of effect. Really nice. And an awful lot of stun. Then axes, bows. Yeah, maces we got already. And staves and swords. Two-handeds this time. Ooh. Damn it. item affix, two-handed. This is not needed, not needed, not needed, not needed. So, staff, swords, 200, no, 200 maces I've finished. 200 maces over there. So, swords. Yeah, swords were the accuracy, but they have more accuracy than the one-hand ones. Just slightly more. It might be better to just get two one-handed swords if you go for like very high accuracy build. So there was that, and there's of course the thrusting foil thingy, which gives you chance to bleed, crit multiplier, multiplier, chance to cause on hit bleed. Two-handed swords give you global crit strike multiplier, accuracy rating again, but 30%. Good. That's it. So, staves. Staves give you increased global crit strike chance. 100% the eclipse stuff. That sounds great. 100% increased global crit strike chance. That's good for casts and things. So you have to kind of utilize crit strike, otherwise you may lose some bits and bobs of damage. Yeah, there's either a block stuff or there's a bonus crit strike or crit chance stuff. Interesting. These are the only few weapons there are. Is there really no other stuff that one could use here? No, that's not. Okay, what about shields though? Shields, there we go. There's like strength shields that give bonus life. Okay, that's cool. Then there are dexterity shields, which give increased movement speed. They have reduced movement speed and also increased movement speed. Makes no sense. Very cool. Alright, then there is of course the increased spell damage on the one-handed shield, the harmonic spirit shield. Wait, what? The titanium spirit shield isn't even that good. Whoa, that's me. That's really me. Alright, that's like wow. There could be either a harmonic spirit shield with 10 to 15 increased spell damage. Come on. Wait a second. I think I did the I did crafting a little wrong there. Because I'm only looking for Val Regalias. There's no reason to get Val Regalias. Because the crafted stuff on them, come on, is item level dependent. The item level has something to do with the area where it does drop. It could be anything. They're just different kind of base items with like... Ah, right. Okay, so I have to change the filter up again. No. Oh, and also, yeah. No, I didn't. I don't. Because of the energy shield base amount of it. The little bit increased spell damage is not enough to actually go for the other spirit shield. Alright. So, what about this one? Increased block chance. 120% increased block recovery. Oh no, not block chance, block recovery. Wasn't reading correctly. So, then there is the armor energy shield kind of thingy, which has 12% to all elemental resistances. Okay. Nice. And then, of course, energy shield evasion. What do they have? They give you chance to block spells. Dodge, not block. Dodge spells or dodge attacks. One has to pick his poison. Alright. Alright, yeah, because I want to focus on not damage, but energy shield, and this is why I'm going for higher energy shield bases. And there's the profane one, and this one. It's completely red, but it's a weapon. Yeah, could I maybe change it so it does... Okay, let's just save that. So... UI, down there, reload, die. Okay, finally some time for the dailies. Took long enough.
A moment ago.
Okay, over 46%. Why do I need to go to the right? Open the target's chest. Okay. T, and another two. And this one. But keep the target alive. Ooh, that might be difficult. 68. Maybe I should have... Nah, no. Don't get the stuff. What happened to my golem? Again! What the hell is going on? The spells are getting switched around. What? Since when? Is that one? I hope not. It's not the target? No. There's another kind of target there. Yep, that is the target. Oh. Okay, target is coming. Oh shit. As long as they don't get here, I'm good. Nice, I got it. Alright. Like, this is a very nice one to do. Ooh, there we go. Easy. Come on. So, yeah. 40%.
When we improve ourselves.
Yeah. I could, can I actually get some links from him? No, not yet. Not yet. Let's see, is that any good? There is bonus cold damage to spells. Now look at that. To spells, wait. The maximum was somewhere around the 60s. The other one was somewhere around the 80s. So 22 to 44 is like, yeah, decent-ish. But yeah, just quick comparison. Let's take this in there and look at the damage. 184. 16, and now it is 1841. Okay. Not that big of a difference though. Not that big of a difference. 1841 compared to 1848. And this one doesn't even have any additions on it. So let's see. Sharpening wheel? No, wait a second. This one is, yeah, adds physical damage on it. What we need is headstones like this. That, come on, where is it? Cast speed, nice. Increased fire damage, but no, I want like edit. Is there no edit? Yeah, there's edit. Item has the wrong base type. Staves. So you could put staves could have that stuff. Increased critical strike chance for spells, 49%. No. Percentage of cold